Every day when you watch the news, you see a meteorologist delivering the forecast. But have you ever wondered what goes on behind the camera to get the forecast ready? Meteorologist Trevor Birchett gives you a look behind the curtain in this week's WeatherWise.
For the last several weeks here on WeatherWise, we've been taking your weather questions and using the science of meteorology to explain how weather works. But interestingly enough, one of the most popular questions that I've gotten is to show a little bit about how my day works as a TV meteorologist. So for this segment of WeatherWise, instead of standing here and going through graphics, I thought I would literally take you behind the scenes and behind the camera to give you an idea of what my job is like. So before we get over to the Weather Center, let me give you a little bit of a tour here. The first stop is the interview set. This is used on sunrise and midday. Tara and Eric and Vanessa all sit right here and wake you up with some morning coffee and some news headlines every early morning. A little too early for me. I don't wake up that early most of the time unless I'm filling in. Over here, probably the part you recognize the most. This is the news desk. The anchors sit here. Cash on the weekends, Andrea, Joey, Stephanie, whoever. They give you the top news headlines of the day right here. And a really cool part of the studio is this gigantic monitor that at home doesn't look too big, but it's actually 100 inches. And for reference, I'm 6 feet tall. So this thing is absolutely massive. And I can't convince the boss to let me watch TV on it, unfortunately. Something about I'm on the clock, I can't watch TV, I don't know. But it's still really fun to look at. I really love it. Over here, though, is my absolute favorite part of the studio. This is the Weather Center. And I stand right here, and we give you the top weather headlines of the day and what to expect in the coming days in terms of weather. But you might be wondering what's actually behind here. We actually have a couple of computers, several monitors. Our graphics system is back here. We have radar, and of course, Facebook and Twitter is always open, because that is the quickest way to get the weather information out to you at home. We've also got this 80-inch monitor here, monitors all over the studio. This one's a little different though. It's actually a touch screen. So in times of severe weather, we can actually take this and zoom right into street level and give you an idea of where the weather is happening at and exactly where it's going, right down to a street level. So that is very beneficial, especially in those severe weather and tornado events. Now over here, this is actually our office. We come in every day about 3 or 4 hours before the newscast, and we spend 2 of those hours forecasting. We pull up data, models, all kind of stuff, and come up with our best guess of what the forecast is going to be for the next several days. So a lot of work gets put in right here, but when all that's done and the 7-day forecast is done and the graphics are made, we head over to the green wall. And this is where you see us most of the time when you watch TV. We stand here and we actually point at a blank wall. And we see nothing here when we're pointing. But through the magic of television, they actually take everything that's green back in the control room and they change it to the map. So while we're pointing at something like this, just a green wall, you see something like this at home. So there's a little bit of the magic of TV for you. Hey, if you've got another question about the weather, you can email those to us, weather@wcbi.com. And of course, you can always find us on Facebook and Twitter as well. Until next time, I'm meteorologist Trevor Birchett.
WeatherWise is brought to you by 4 County Electric Power Association.